So this is going to be a tutorial on how to use PBC weather maps to get some really accurate results. This is not going to get you some temperatures. This is mainly for understanding how much the cloud cover is going to be and whether it's going to snow or precipitate or not. I primarily use this for understanding if it's going to be snowing at some region, not entirely a very specific city or a very specific place, but usually it is that. And I just get the probability by reading this point cloud instead of getting some real probabilities, like for example, for let's say whether it's for Padum, it says, yeah, so it says about 54 percentage. So this is also always something that is derived from this particular map, and some other data whatever would be available. So right now, because the weather is going to be really bad for the next whole 1 week, there are going to be parts of this whole map that are going to be covered with something or the other. So what I'll do is, for now, right now, I'll just switch off that layer, and I'll tell you the on a clean version of the map of where is what, so that you can read this map. Because the primary problem with this particular website is that it only enlists one city here. The rest of the cities don't matter for Himalayas and Lahore. So with the help of these two cities, or in general, you'll be able to index by visual acuity as to where which cities are. So I'll start from the top west. This is the Srinagar basin. This is the entirety of the Srinagar basin, and Srinagar is somewhere here. And then you start going into the main Himalayas from somewhere around here, and then uh, around somewhere here is Zojila. So right now I am also not very completely updated exactly in my mind as to where exactly what is. So what you can do is, you can always just compare it with Google Earth and see exactly where what was. So as I said, this is going to be Srinagar, and then you enter via this valley. This is going to be Sonmarg, and then somewhere around this part is going to be Zojila. Uh, so you don't need to zoom that much. You just need to zoom out as much as you can while still recognizing what you want to see the weather of, so that you can correspond that with this very low resolution map in order to understand whether it's going to be snowing there or not. So as you can see, it's kind of reaching there, and the probability for it snowing on Zojila is uh, about, yeah, it's about exactly around 50%, which is what I can see from here. It's always going to be quite approximate, but it is always also going to be pretty okay. I was seeing at the wrong time. So uh, so this is wrong. This is going to be wrong, and this is going to be correct for as of for the time right now. Okay, it's 73%, so it's kind of correct only. So how I read this is, I read the boundaries of where this snow thing is coming, and where is it coming from, in which direction is it going. So what I usually see is that it's always usually a western disturbance which is coming from that side, and ends up colliding with the Himalayas and then dissipating. So usually strikes the Karakorams first and this region first, and then usually travels towards east, or to dissipates in Tibet. So what we just saw, that there's a lot of snow that fell there. Okay, my internet is not that good, but right now, yeah, what we can see is this is some other high pressure zone that's coming in from beneath. So it's raining all across India, and it's also banging the Himalayas pretty bad this entire week. So now I'll tell you how to recognize each place from this particular map. So first of all, you need to recognize Manali. So right above Delhi, you can see that this small incision inside this particular this surrounded by valleys. This small region is Manali. Then across this is Rotangla. Then you can see, after this you go here and then you turn. This is where the Tandi city is, and this is where Kilong is. This is where Sisu is. So you can compare this with the real maps, and you'll see that this is the small incision I was talking about, and this is Manali, and this is Rohtang Pass or Atal Tunnel, and this is that turn across Tandi to Kilong. So about around here would be Zingzingbar, and then across that would be Barlachala, etc. So once you recognize Manali, you'll be able to make out a lot of places. So this small thing, this thing here, a small white horizontal patch, is Bada Shigri Glacier. So this is going to be Batal, and after this is going to be Kunzum Pass. And once you cross to this side, this very faint line that is coming in here is Spiti Valley. So if you want to see where Spiti Valley is, you won't be able to trace it from here most probably, because it kind of gets lost around here. But I can tell you how to trace from here as well, if you're going to be coming in the winter, which is when you're also going to be worried about the snow. So this is very easy to recognize. This whole wavy thing is the Chitkul Valley. Here is Sangla, here is Chitkul. So I can show you the same thing on uh, Google Earth, and this is Rikongpyo, right? And this is the valley where Sangla and Chitkul lie. So this is gonna be Chitkul. Yeah. So uh, it looks quite similar to that in this map, but not exactly. But here it's low resolution, so you don't need to zoom quite directly. So uh, yeah, so this is Chitkul Valley. Another valley that looks close to that is this, but this is the Gangotri Valley. So inside this is Gangotri Valley. This whole white thing is actually Gangotri Glacier, and Gangotri is around here. So if you go from here to here, that's I think the Lamkhaga Pass. So from here, this is gonna be Chatrangi Glacier, and then this is gonna be Kalindi Khal, and then you turn back, and then you return towards uh, the Badrinath Valley. So I'm not gonna be going very deep into Uttarakhand. Uh, I'll just switch this off. So once you have understood Chitkul, then you understand that you're gonna be going here and then turning around this point. This is Rikongpyo. This is gonna be turning around this point, and then you're gonna turn here. This is gonna be that bridge where from where China is visible. So yeah, about this place, right? So this is that uh, turning point where Spiti River meets the Sutlej River coming from China. This is the Khap Sangam Bridge, right? So once you turn here, then is where the dry part starts. You can quite recognize it. So this is Nako, and then you turn here, and then you turn here, and then you come to Spiti Valley. So this is Spiti Valley. So you can always see that this is a small patch of quite dry area. So yeah, so it's gonna be kind of cloudy tomorrow, but not exactly snowing in Spiti right now, not tomorrow. So how to study when is what? So this time is exactly is not Indian time. This is GST time. So you always need to add 5:30 to it. So always take around 6 hours. So it's always in 3 hours gaps intervals. So this is 3 hour intervals only for the next one day. So it's going to be very very accurate for the next one day. I'll tell you that. And not for this particular situation that is happening right now. This is very very turbulent and stochastic, so it's not going to be very accurate for that particular measure. But and also I wouldn't say it's going to be very accurate for the next 3 or 4 days as well. But this is a very good indicator of a western disturbance that's going to hit, and when is it going to hit. So you can always calculate kind of the speed. So what I can see right now right away is that there's something coming from here, I think. Okay, it's some weird weather phenomenon happening. It's not a western disturbance, something weird. But yeah, I can see something coming from here. This is a western disturbance. It's gonna hit on Thursday. Yeah, it does hit on Thursday. See, so I just calculated with that it's gonna hit on Thursday, and it did. So by Thursday evening, you can see that all of Himalayas are snowing. So you can always see something coming, even if the whole weather is not visible. Say that you are here right now and you cannot see any weather beyond this because it's not visible in BBC map, but you see that Wednesday or Thursday something is approaching here, then you can estimate that on Friday or Saturday some western disturbance is going to hit, and that is not going to be reflected in this weather or any other weather channel on Earth. So BBC weather is where you can accurately predict where it's gonna be snowing. And with respect to the next 1 day also, this is a very good indicator. For example, here, so this is that Manali Valley, and once you come down, this is Chamba, and once you come here, this is this whole ridge is Dholadar range. So here is where Beer is. So if you want to see if paragliding conditions are correct for you, and if it's going to be flyable or not, or the weather is bad, then you can see that it's pretty bad for this week. And you can also see that, okay, so let me just give you a demo. So this is 12, right? So if you add 6 to it, sorry, this is 12 at in the night. So if you add 6 to it, this is 6 in the morning. So around this is gonna be about 9. So this is still morning, and this is about noon. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So you can see that the noon is pretty fucked up. Again, for Saturday, the noon is fucked up. Again, for Monday, it's kind of clearing, but not really. Tuesday, it's so Tuesday I can see that it's just raining about this portion, fuck you in particular. So I don't know if it's gonna be exactly uh, reflecting in reality, but it could be. This is mostly gonna be wrong though. I can say that. And this thing is a very turbulent thing and chaotic thing. So this can just go anywhere else as well. But if you see that the whole Himalayas is snowing, then you're pretty much sure that okay, something is coming up. So now I'll just tell you some more anchors to identify each city and each important destination. So this whole thing, this weird tree type looking thing is actually Kishtwar. So here is Hakshula, Munila, and other stuff, Umasila. This is Kangla. This glacier is the Muir Glacier, and here you gonna get to Zanskar. So this whole basin is Padum. So this is pretty important. So how you gonna guess that is either from here, you can just see from here, or you can just see all these glaciers. You can see many parallel glaciers, horizontal glaciers. This is the Drangdung Glacier. So this is the Drangdung Glacier, and you can see Penzila is here. So you can guess the weather of Penzila. There's another website though that tells you the weather of Penzila. This is a Norwegian weather channel. Uh, so this tells you weather of Penzila as well, which is not shown in particular by any other weather channel. But this is not always correct, or barely correct actually. So this is the best way to guess. So I've been in Padum where the weather cloud is showing as being till here, and I've seen I've just looked at the sky, and it's exactly that. So I can tell you it's pretty accurate. So yeah, so this glacier and this valley is where you approach Padum from, and this is where this mountain turns, and this is where Padum is. So if you're gonna go here, then this is the main Zanskar River Valley, and then you're gonna do some pass hopping, and then you can land here. So how you're gonna get Leh? So let's see how we're gonna get Leh. It's pretty easy. So this is the valley. This is the mountain range that is north of Leh. So after you cross this, you're gonna land in Nubra Valley. So Nubra Valley is again very easy to understand. This V-shaped valley is Nubra Valley. This is the Sangam, and this is the Nubra River. Sorry, yeah, Nubra River and Shiok River. So once you go inside this whole white thing is Siachen Glacier. So the point where it gets closest to this valley is where the incision is. So this is where Khardung lies, and this is where Leh is. So we can confirm that kind of, because I'm also not 100% sure right now about what I just said. So yeah, I am correct. This is that incision. This is that closest, the narrowest part of that range, and this is where Leh is. It's quite in, like situated quite inside this, and this is just a small short route after which you land in the V-shaped Nubra Valley. So you can see this is 100 diskette, etc. So that is how you identify Leh. And once you start moving from Leh towards the west to along this mountain range is how you identify the whole Kargil Sham Valley part, and then somewhere around here is Kargil. So from, yeah, this is around Kargil. So from Kargil you go around here and then turn around here, and then this is the turn where Panikhar is. So you need to be very vigilant about Panikhar, because Panikhar is where the checkpost is for letting you enter into Zanskar. So if it is snowing in Panikhar, they would not let you in. So you need to make sure that it is not snowing in Panikhar, whether or not it's snowing ahead on this route or not. So that is how you'll confirm whether it's snowing in Panikhar. This is the place, Panikhar, and here is Parkachik, and this is Nunkun. This whole thing is Nunkun. So I think I explained Srinagar, Zojila, coming to Kargil, coming to Zanskar, then Leh, then this side. This is pretty recognizable. This is Somoreli. So you can see the whole route of Somoreli. This is Pangong, so pretty visible from satellite. Apart from that, if you're gonna come down, so this whole thing is gonna be that route, Shinkula route, and this is Manali. So this is gonna join here. So it's somewhere around here. All right. Yeah, and from from Manali, if you go right, then again, yeah, I already told you this is that Koksar, this is Bada Shigri, then this is Kunzum, then this is Spiti, then you turn back uh, around, yeah, from around here. So this is Chitkul Valley, then you come back. This is Gangotri Valley, then this is Gangotri Glacier, this is Chatrangi Glacier. Then you come back further down. This is, yes, I'll tell you where Badrinath is. So Badrinath is this particular, exactly this particular thing, not this one. Like there are many incisions that seem like they are Badrinath, like this one. This is not Badrinath. This is the valley which enters into Odin's Col, and it enters towards Gangotri. So this particular part is Badrinath. Then some more valleys of Uttarakhand, which I am not very sure of. Other than that, yeah, you can see pretty much at Everest Base Camp, etc. You can pretty much always first have an unzoomed version of Google Earth and then see and correspond as to where uh, Everest is or where whatever is. So this is for me, it's pretty easy. So I know where what is. So that's that. I think that is pretty much makes it clear. Apart from that, I do have, so there's a guy on Facebook that keeps on posting. So he has a layer that is already marked. So he has already pinpointed every major thing, and then he gives a weather update if there is something going to be happening. So you can also refer to this image. I'll just let it be like this. You can pause and screenshot. So, but what I just showed you, if you remember, then that's going to be more helpful. I think that's it.